they charged too much for books. I couldn't understand. The authors were getting no money. So I decided I could make money at this. And I had a home in Barnegat Light at the time. And of course, fishing is the business there. So I started writing fish cookbooks because every time I bought a fish, somebody would say, "What are you going to do with it?" I mean, like I had a 20-pound fish over my shoulder walking home, and they would wonder what's going on. So I'm giving cooking lessons on the way home. And so I wrote Cooking the Shore Catch.
My name is Zophia Krause. I'm a junior literature major who is interning in the fall of 2020 for the Special Collections and Archives of Stockton University. This semester I've been working on processing Marilyn Schmidt's collection, a local author and owner of Busby's. So I'm going to show you kind of her writing process and what she went through to get to her final copies of her published works. So she was known for having lots of note cards on each topic. So for this specific book, Gardening on the Eastern Seashore, we have stacks and stacks of notes on native plants of the Eastern Seashore. There's an alphabetical list of their common and scientific names, notes on each one, how to care for them. So these are more notes on plants of the seashore, just notes where they grow, how to care for them, if they grow flowers, where you can find them specifically in the pinelands, and just kind of where she wants to include them in each book. What seemed to be her next step was kind of typing up and printing and putting together a layout copy of her book. So this one is actually from Gardening in the Pinelands, but she typed up each section, glued it onto graph paper, and just lined up the entire book how she wanted it to be and took it from there. She has her contents list, her introduction, and she did this for every book that she published. So this copy would be the one that she would give to the printer to put together themselves. And then for Gardening on the Eastern Seashore, I have an edited copy of the entire book. So she has notes in between each page, things she wants to add, things she wants to change, and the entire book is marked up with her notes, different labels, spelling mistakes, and she had several drafts of each book, all put together and edited with her notes and how she wanted to perfect it. And she also kept notes on the production costs for each one of her books. And for Gardening on the Eastern Seashore, we have each edition and how much it would cost to print the covers and what color. This ranges from 1996 to 2005. It was a pretty popular book, so she printed several editions of it. So this is an example of her cover art that she would send to the printer along with her layouts that she typed up and glued together. They could print it on heavier stock and make it into a book. So this is a glimpse of how she put together each one of her books, and in total she had 69 of them. So this entire project that I have about 6 folders for happens at least 69 times for each of her published books, and she also has a large amount of unpublished works as well that went through most of this process.
I'm a file card person. I grew up working for a pathologist that said, you've got to keep your life on file cards. And he was right, you can do it. I've just thrown out, I think, 5,000 file cards. And so for each species, I kept a file and figured someday I'll want to write about that book. And when I was ready, I had reference material, I had how other people cooked it, and then I knew how I wanted to cook it.